Book 1, Chapter 13, Fascination. As Sky and I lie in bed that evening, once again watching the lights filter across the ceiling, I ponder about so much that has happened in the last few days. Our class is doing a great project that I am looking forward to. Sky feels better and is walking around with his legs feeling strong, and my dad has given me my great-grandfather's watch. It is the watch that intrigues me. I wonder, why would my great-grandfather want me to have the watch? Then I think about the words that I had heard, that each day is a perfect day for a perfect gift. This really sticks in my mind. Am I to give the perfect gift on a perfect day, or am I to receive the perfect gift? I think that it is a balance of both. Giving makes your heart feel full, receiving makes the other's heart feel full, for each are giving and receiving for the same reason. If a gift isn't accepted, the giver won't have anything to give. I ponder this a long while. At least 10 cars drive by. Sky curls up under my arm in his usual place. He was a perfect gift, but I guess after being tossed away, I have become a perfect gift to him. I keep thinking about all the gifts I have given, kind words and sharing laughter. I think of all the gifts that I have received. The gifts that were unexpected were the best. Sky was unexpected. The watch was very unexpected. And having Charles and Max become good friends was also unexpected. As I lie awake, I think about what my mom had said about holding the watch if I wanted to seek an answer to troubles. But right now, thankfully, I don't really have troubles. All the bullying in the school has stopped since the girl was injured, so my one trouble is gone. What if I hold the watch just to be thankful that I don't have any troubles? I move Sky's head off my shoulder and get up to retrieve the watch. I sit on my bed quietly because I should have been asleep hours ago. I place the old box on my lap and I gently move the clasp to unlock the box. I slowly open the box. It's like I can see a faint light. It isn't a glow, but in my dark room I can see that the inside of the box is brighter than my room. I am bewildered. What is this watch, and why have I received it? It's like it has magical powers to it, even though I know it is just a watch. I place my hand in the box and I can see that my hand also has a faint glow, just enough to notice. I pick up the watch and I can feel the tingling once again in my hand. What is this? I whisper. Now I have seen enough movies to know that this is not my imagination. This is real. The faint glow is real. The tingling in my hand is real. I sit with the box on my knee. Sky gets up to look inside. His head tilts like when I talk with him, and he understands. He is looking in with his head tilted, and his eyebrows start moving as if he can also see the glow. I take the watch from inside the box. I place the box beside me on the bed. I sit quietly to make sure everyone is sleeping. I ask Sky to be quiet. He knows that something extraordinary is about to happen. Sky is sitting on the other side of me. He places his head upon my lap. We just sit quietly. I ask, "What should I know? Do you have a message for me?" We sit in stillness and I don't hear anything. Maybe that's too big of a question. All at once I can hear the watch ticking. It hadn't ticked before, even though my mom had said it still works. I don't know how to work it because you need to wind it. Sky's head tilts again. My hand becomes warm. I want to put the watch back in the box, but I know that I'm not scared. It was from my great-grandfather who traveled the world to see sights that I could only wish to see. So I am not scared. I know if anything has love, this watch is full of it. The faint ticking can be heard. In the midst of all the sound, I hear the words, "Kindness is the key to all great things." I ask Sky in a gentle whisper. Did you hear that? Sky tilts his head. I know he's heard it. The ticking becomes a little louder and the words become a little more clear. Add compassion and gentleness, and you will have miracles. A miracle, I think. What can a boy who lives such an ordinary life do to have a miracle? I hear someone in the hallway. I quickly place the watch back in the box, fasten the latch and tuck it quickly under my bed and lie down as fast as I can. My door is open just a crack and I see my dad's hand gently pushing the door open a few inches to peek inside my room. I pretend I am asleep, and to my amazement, so does Sky. My dad gently brings the door back to its original position, and he goes back to his room. My heart is pounding. I'm not sure why. I wasn't doing anything wrong. My dad did give me the watch to have, but with all the unusual things that have just taken place, I feel a rush in my stomach. Excitement, I suppose. Sky and I silently rest watching the lights. Now I have more things to think about. Should I tell my dad? Has it ever happened to him? With Sky and I tucked in, we both fall fast asleep. The next day, as I'm eating my breakfast, my dad comes in from his shop outside. He goes to the sink to wash his hands. He has a way of washing his hands that look as if he's in deep thought each time. I ask him why he is washing his hands with such concentration, and his answer takes me back. Son, I learned many years ago that finding grace in anything we do will bring peace to one's heart. I think about this. It is more deep than I was expecting. He goes on to say, I work with my hands and create masterpieces for all to share. When I take the time to wash my hands after I've been working, building fine pieces of furniture, I like to give thanks for the gifts that I have been given. When I wash my hands, it is a reminder to me to be grateful for all that we have, all that we create, and all that is graciously given as we walk our journey. Now that is deep, I think to myself. At first I want to giggle at the long answer that he has shared, but somewhere my heart knows that it is truth. What if we all gave thanks when we washed our hands, or washed the dishes? The world perhaps would be a more content place. My dad gets his favorite cup from the cupboard and treats himself to the fresh pot of coffee that Mum has just made. He takes a sip and with a gentle voice says, Perfection. He smells the aroma from the cup and I can tell he is giving thanks again. Dad, I want to ask you about the watch that you have handed down to me. But first, thank you for giving it to me. I'm not sure I'm deserving of the gift because I have not done anything special. My dad pulls up a chair beside me and turns his body towards me. Finn, he says with a soft tone, you are deserving of all things good. We all are. Everyone on the planet is. And when we realize that we are deserving of all things good, good things appear. My dad is talking in a way I haven't heard for a while. Why now? Why have I received the watch now? I asked my dad. I'm sure your mom has explained to you that I've been guided by my inner voice, or should I say my grandfather's voice, to give the watch to you. I want to share with my dad what happened the night before, but I am hesitant. Finnan, there are times in one's life that receiving words of wisdom come at a perfect moment. Perhaps you are meant to receive words of wisdom to help another or to find a solution to something that perhaps might be troubling you. I start to move around in my chair. That is a giveaway that something is on my mind. Finn, have you held the watch? My dad asks. Yes, Dad, I have. Would you like to share what you thought about while you held the watch? Well, nothing was troubling me, but I just felt that I wanted to see if I too could hear my great-grandfather's voice. You know, Finn, it's not really a voice, but more your imagination that gives you the words that he would most likely say to you. I take a deep breath and I say, Dad, when I opened the box, my room was very dark, and the inside of the box was um, well, sort of glowing. My dad sits still, gently looks at me and says, "Are you saying that there was a light that came from the box?" I reply, "Not exactly a light, and it wasn't a glow. It was just different than the room itself." My dad looks puzzled, but not alarmed. He knows I am telling the truth, and yet he has a look of questioning about what I've just shared. "You know, Finn, my grandfather used to tell me stories of the watch, that at certain times it would almost shine its own light to the one that was holding it. Finn, I think you found the secret in which I was seeking all these years. I held that watch many times, and I never could see the glow that you are speaking about. But now I realize that I never held it in the dark." We both look at each other, not only with wide eyes, but a peacefulness, not just for the memory of my great-grandfather, but for the truth he had been speaking when he told my dad the story. "What do you think it means?" I ask my dad. We both sit, my dad studying the half-full cup of coffee. "Well, Finn, I think what it means is that sometimes you need to have darkness to see the light. For how would we know light if there wasn't dark? How would we know cold if there wasn't hot? This, Finn, is the miracle. You were shown a miracle, for now we have a great understanding that to find joy, we need to know sorrow. Perhaps, Finn, we should be thankful for things that make us sad, because when things that make us happy come to us, we can have great pleasure in knowing the difference." Wow, my dad is very deep today. I continue to share with him that I heard the words, "Today is a perfect day for a perfect gift." My dad smiles and has a chuckle. "Your great-grandfather would say that every day, Finn. He would wake in the morning, place his 2 feet on the floor, give gratitude to all creations, and then he would announce that this day was the perfect day for a perfect gift." Finn, he was a man that always could give the perfect gift. It was the gift of kindness, of time, of reading me a story as I sat on his lap. He gave everyone a gift each day. That's how he lived his life, Finn, and we should live the same. I am so captivated with the conversation that I have forgotten to finish my cereal in my bowl. It is very soggy now, and I apologize to my dad for not finishing it. He places his hand on my shoulder as he gets up from the table with his now empty cup. He smiles gently and says, "We have all learned great truths today, Finn. No need to fuss over a little thing." Sky gets up to be with my dad. Sky loves going into my dad's shop. "I think Sky wants to go with you," I say. My dad replies, "Don't tell anyone, but he likes the shop because I keep some treats on the workbench." I smile and I say, "I think he goes because he likes your company." Dad, thank you for being my dad. As I say the words, I can feel a pinch in my throat, like I want to cry, but I don't want him to see me cry. I look up at him. It is he who has the tear, and when I see his tear, I allow mine to flow. Tears of gratitude, I think to myself. We have just exchanged the perfect gift on the perfect day.